It's time we did it. It's time we sat down and had a look to see how much we're spending at Christmas, because I have never done this ever. Every other year I can just spend, and then when the money's gone, I just put it on credit cards. But this year is not that year. I've spent the past few months saving, putting money aside here and there, using every cashback offer I can get so that I come prepared for Christmas this year. Also, yes, I am kind of like on my bed today because the kids are running around, and I thought this is the only place I can kind of be peaceful in. If you do hear my kids screaming or running in and out, do not be surprised. If you didn't know me, I'm Jasmine. I'm in a lot of debt, trying to pay it off, and I'm trying to be more better at budgeting, just getting my life together. And the big thing that I'm going to do is have a look to see how much I have spent and how much I plan on spending. And I don't think it's good because the numbers that I'm already looking at, girl, they're big. They are big. And if you like this type of content about being open and honest with money, budgets, debt, and just life, then give me a subscribe and a like, as I'll be posting vlogs, budget breakdowns, debt payoff journeys on here. So we're going to start with the nice stuff, the vouchers that I've managed to save up. And the first one I've got is a £50 entertainer voucher. I then have a £50 love to shop voucher. £20 eat out card, but I don't even know if that's in date. I found that in the depths of my cupboard and I was like, that would be really good for a day out. I don't know if it's in date or not. I need to check. I don't even know if I can check without going to the shop and embarrassing myself. Top cashback. I have only started properly using this year, and I used it for all of like my insurance renewals, my Wi-Fi. I have chucked a link down as like a referral. You'll get £10. I will get £30, being open and honest. My Tesco Club card currently has £36 on it. I was hoping for that to be more because we spend quite a few £100 a month on fuel, and I thought that we'd have a lot more money on the Tesco, but apparently not. Asda, 36. I was surprised about this because I stopped using Asda as I found they were really expensive. So I do not know where that £36 has come from, to be honest. And then my Nectar has £11 on it. We don't really go to Sainsbury's much, so I'm not actually surprised about that. So that is a total of £313 in vouchers, which is amazing. And that's just stuff we've kept to the side for cashbacks. I really would recommend next year not to sleep on vouchers at all. The next expense I'm going to look. The next expense I'm going to look at is the event. Girl, I can't talk. The next expense I'm going to look at is the events that we have booked. There is one on here that I haven't paid for yet. I'm hoping to pay for that today or tomorrow. We're going to go strong with the hotel that we have booked, and that is in Manchester. We're actually going away for Bonnie's birthday, and if you've got a baby that's born at the end of December, you will feel my pain because it just makes everything more expensive. There is a Jurassic World thing that we want to go to whilst we're there as well, so I thought I would like incorporate it in there as a bit of an event for everyone because we're going all the way to Manchester for it. So the hotel is £85. Then I've also booked A Glow, which is a local thing to us, and that's like lights. There's got elves there, and it's an amazing day out. We then have the Jurassic World exhibit itself. We have saved so much money on this with the Black Friday deals today. It was meant to be £180, which we had put to the side, ready to spend on it. And then I managed to get it for £77. The only issue is that I have to do it during the week, which means the Friday is going to be very, very jam-packed with us because we're going to Jurassic World in the afternoon, and then in the night time we'll be going to Disney on Ice. Santa is one that I have not booked yet, and that is going to be £28. And then we have the Northern Lights that we've booked, and that is £44. The total for this is £301, and I didn't even put Disney on Ice on there because we got given a bit of money from people and we didn't put much in ourselves, so I was like, I'm not going to put the Disney on Ice on there. But £301, and there isn't that much on there, to be honest. Like, they are really good things, but there's only 3 things we were doing, and the Santa obviously 4. But actual activities, I don't know, it just seems like a lot. So this is how much I'm actually budgeting for costs going forward. So for days out, I'm budgeting £250. I hope to Lord I am not spending that much money, but we all know how much it costs when you go to these places and you want to get a bit of food, the markets and everything. So I am putting £250 aside for that. I have £130 already saved in cash, which again, I'm really happy that I did do a bit of cash stuff in. I'm going to go hard on it in January, but that money there has really been a good buffer for us in case we need to spend it. Hopefully not, because I hope the budget that I've already got will cover everything. Presents, this is all in total. This is how much I am hoping to spend on. I've actually got that wrong because I didn't put Lewis in there. Oh gosh, just added it up even more. So this is how much we plan on spending. So the kids are getting £100 each for presents. Then we're going to put £20 each in for stocking fillers. Me and Lewis have said £100 each. This is actually the first time we've ever really spent any money on each other at Christmas. I'll always do like little things. So I make him a photo frame every year, but with buying a house and spending loads of money on childcare, we've never actually had money there to spend on presents each. Food, I'm only putting £50. I don't even think we'll spend that. With how much we've got in like club card vouchers, I think £50 is more than enough. I also need to remember that it's only 4 of us, so I'm not feeding the 5,000. I love to think that I am because I'm a big feeder, but I'm not. And then fuel, my lord, £200. If you have watched any of my budget breakdowns, you will know how much fuel pains me. Why do I spend so much on fuel? It's constant. We spend a month, normally £500 on fuel. Just driving and paying loads just to go and work. And then the total for that all, £1,080. £1,080. Wild. Oh my gosh, it's wild. And that's me being like cautious. It makes me think, how much have I spent in previous years? Just going tap, 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 tap. I'm also hoping, these are just budgets as well. I'm hoping that I don't spend that much. But that is a lot. So we come over to here to, I've got like Bonnie, Joshua, Lewis, and then I've got family, which have nothing at the moment because I thought I was prepared. But then when I was writing this, I was like, oh God, I'm not that prepared, am I? I've spent £19.99 on a till, round up, £13 for a med kit. Barbie was £15. That was a bit steep. I don't think I was that savvy there, to be honest. Robo Pet was £9.99 and the Bluey seat was £24.99. So far I've spent £82 on her. I got this from TK Maxx. Do not sleep on TK Maxx. Really cheap, I think. I got large dinos off Facebook Marketplace, dino figures, and a smash egg. I've also gotten some things off of Vinted. So I got 2 educational toys, and I'm going to put one on Bonnie's and one on Joshua's. So Vinted for Bonnie, that was 15. 60. And then Vinted for Joshua, and that was 17. So that is 98 spent on Bonnie and 85 spent on Joshua. I think I'm just going to get in one more thing and then that's it for them. I do need to get their stocking fillers too. I think B&M's cheap enough for that. I kind of have an idea of what I want to get them. Lewis, I have only gotten him a Celtic top off of DH Gate. Look at me being all savvy. DH Gate, he didn't mind either, to be fair. So that's £20 I spent on him so far. I actually don't know what else I'm going to get him. So far on presents, I've spent £204. We have spent £204. And then actual spend so far has been £516. What is wild to me is this is trying to do everything kind of on a budget. I am always a big person on experiences. So for the presents, they haven't got much, but I will spend quite a bit more on going out and doing stuff. It's just a massive thing for me. I do think now as the years go on, it just costs so much to do stuff. Like I used to do a lot more things, but then again, I was in a lot more debt. So I think maybe it's because I'm actually being mindful and looking at how much I'm spending on stuff and how much it's going to all cost altogether that I'm like, wow, it's all very expensive. I'm also really happy that I've managed to get myself to the stage where I can sit down and not be scared of the figures and the numbers. I am a bit daunted by it, but I'm not overwhelmed by it thinking, how am I going to pay this? Because I'd already organised it. I'd already thought, this is when I'm going to buy this. This is what I'm going to do to save for this. For example, for the Jurassic World Park, I can't actually take credit for this. I give my partner money for MMA every month and he just hadn't been putting it into the joint account to pay it. And it wasn't until he was like, oh, Jasmine, I've got £100 in the MMA account. Should we use that for the Jurassic Park experience? And I was like, girl, where are you keeping this money? But yeah, because we hadn't noticed it leaving the joint account and not being replaced, we just thought we might as well do a few more months without it. I hope you enjoyed watching my budget breakdown as much as I love watching them, because I am one nosy person. I just love to see how people spend their money, what they're doing with it, what their plans are. Please give me a follow if you did, and a like. I will be doing Vlogmas where I will show you everything that I'm doing, hopefully on a budget. The £250, I'm going to try and cut down a bit where I can and when I can, if that means taking my own food out with the kids. I used to be really bad for the credit cards when I had to go away with them, but now I am actually forward planning and thinking, how much am I going to need? I think I've really overestimated Christmas this year, but it's better to be safe than sorry. I can't wait to do Vlogmas. If you see me in 2 weeks drained, maybe Vlogmas is a lot. But for now, I plan on doing it every day. Thank you for watching.